What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning into the Local Crown podcast, where we're going to teach you how to wage war on your competition and earn your local crown, also known as the top spot on Google. So you've been able to have some pretty incredible guests on the show. You've got some insane partnerships. Like, what is your strategy as far as networking and growing your circle of influence?
Well, I never get starstruck. Right. I'm the biggest diehard Detroit Lions fan ever. And so when we put solar at Ford Field, I was like, holy smokes, we're putting solar at Ford Field. And then when I did a commercial with a couple of the players, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a huge fan and I'm doing a commercial with these players. But when I got around them, and they laugh about it now because we're like best friends, but I was like, dude, I'm cooler than they are. That's what I tell them. Like, I act as if they need to be grateful to meet me. Like, not me meet them. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, Matt Prater and Sam Martin, Matt Stafford. Oh my gosh, not me. I'm like, hey, I'm Jayson Waller. What's up? You know, I don't give them that satisfaction, and not to be rude, but that's what everybody does. So I make myself different. I make myself mysterious. I make myself not stuck in the moment or starstruck. And that allows it to be genuine. I don't have an agenda. I don't need a picture. I don't need an autograph. I don't need to be your friend. I'm here to do the commercial. Let's go. And then all of a sudden we build a friendship. So it's pretty cool because you just got to wear a different hat. You know, before that happened, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a big fan. When I showed up there, I wasn't a fan. I didn't care. We were there to do a job. And then fast forward, I got to do a commercial with Barry Sanders, who's my favorite player of all time. I mean, I was giddy. Even on the way to the commercial, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't. I put it on my podcast. I put it on my YouTube. I can't believe I'm going to do a commercial with Barry Sanders. But when I got there, dude, I was as cool as ice can be. I was like, what's up? And we hit it off. We had dinner after that. We hung out. He came on my podcast, you know, but I don't have an agenda. I'm not starstruck. And, you know, when you control the conversation and you become, you know, equal, you don't go in insecure or feel less than, but you go in more confident than even the famous football player that you love growing up. When I walk in with more confidence than Barry Sanders, then I can light up the room. And that's what I challenge myself to do. And so that's allowed me to get guests and not be stuck in the moment. And you got to ask, you know, you got to say, hey, I want you on my show. You know, all they can tell you no. Great. All right. Well, then you just keep asking people. You know, you harass them until eventually they come on or find other people to come on. But, I got a team that does that. I push them all the time. They're doing a really good job. And I'm telling you, the team is key. But, you know, I still would like, there's some big names I'd like to get out there. Matthew McConaughey just went on Holla's show, Young and Profiting podcast. I'm a little envious. I told her, I said, dude, I'm a McConaughey fan. We need to get on. I reached out to his team. His team said no. That's all right. I'll be big enough. He'll ask me. That's my goal, right? So I love when people tell me no. I'm like, all right, screw it. I'll get big enough. Well, they'll be like, hey, we'd like to put him on your show. I'll think about it, right? Of course, I'll do it, but I want to get to that point. And so, you know, we'll do some stuff probably with Mark Wahlberg. I've got a friend who's partners with him, and we're looking at some TV stuff with them. So, you know, I'm going to bring on some other guests, but really, it's not even the famous guests that matter. It's the guests that have great stories that inspire people, real people that people can relate to. And I think that that's what people need right now.
Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you learned something. If you have questions, email us at info@thelocalcrown.com. And if you want to get featured in our publication, Inside the Empire, alongside John Lee Dumas, the entrepreneur on fire, Jayson Waller, the CEO of Power Home Solar, Sharon Lechter, Dan Caldwell, the man that started Tap Out, and the limitless man himself, Jim Kwik, for free, then head over to thelocalcrown.com/become a contributor.